What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Antonius the Gamer here, back with another installment of Grade the Super. Now, given all the recent success of the latest Digimon game release, I felt like it was only right to cover the last Digimon fighting game that we got. Now, this one was Digimon All-Star Rumble. It was, I guess, in some ways a spiritual successor in some ways to Digimon Rumble Arena. The rumor was, or I don't even think it was a rumor. I think at the time this game was put out as like a way to test the audience's interest in Digimon to see if it was something they should continue making games for. And while I understood that thought process at the time, to kind of gauge it, you gotta give it your all. And I just remember at the time seeing some of the gameplay of like, this doesn't even seem to scratch the same effort or, nostalgic feeling of the Digimon Rumble Arena series. But given how well Digimon has been doing in 2025, I would love to see it kickstart more Digimon games in the future. I'm not necessarily saying we need like a Digimon Digital Card Battle 2 or maybe even like a Digimon World 5, but I think kind of revitalizing the Digimon Rumble Arena would be a great offshoot. I think calling it either Digimon Rumble Arena or Digimon Rumble Arena 3 would kind of get the audience excited. I know I'd be into it if they're going to do it proper, but out of respect, campaigning for the games or franchises I want to see come back, we're going to rate the Super for All-Star Rumble. So, no further ado, let's get to it.
WarGreymon!
So I feel like that is I'm going to give it an A. I know if you're a fan of the show, if you've ever seen Digimon, if you've ever seen WarGreymon do anything, it's kind of par for the course. Like, yeah, Terra Force, that's exactly what it looks like. The thing that always kind of gives him the advantage, in my opinion, is that Terra Force looks amazing. It is literally a concentrated ball of like fire energy, right? It's a spirit bomb of fire, if you will. It's hard to get that wrong. And as long as you continue to do it right, it'll continue to look amazing. So I'm going to give that one an A.
MetalGarurumon!
MetalGarurumon. So it's a B. It's almost a B plus. I almost want to rank it higher because there's always this like back and forth about which of his attacks is stronger. Is it the missiles? Is it I think it's they call it Ice Wolf Claw in English, or is it the Metal Wolf Claw, which is ironic because they both shoot out ice. But no, it's ironic because one shoots out metal like objects that explode into ice, and the other one is literally a blast of ice. But that's neither here nor there. I give him a little extra for giving his breath attack as his ultimate attack. So I'm gonna give that one a B.
Shoutmon! Starlight explosion!
Oh, man. Given the buildup, it kind of seemed like a easily avoidable attack, but I'm gonna give that one a B. I'm gonna give that one a B. It's more like an area effect super, but it's different. So I'll give it a B. I really know the commentary other than it's perfectly good.
MegaKabuterimon!
Oh, using it his mega form? Why not? Nah, that is Tentamon disrespect. So I get it. I would argue that MegaKabuterimon is probably his best design out of his evolution line. I think what is it? Hercules Kabuterimon is his name of his mega form. I don't think quite gets it done design wise in comparison to just the leaps. I feel like it's just more like a golden Kabuterimon. But that Hornbuster was not it. I'm gonna get that one a C.
Examon!
Ooh. A C. A C. I know Digimon is infamous for Digimon having various Digivolution lines. I know I think around that time, there was some back and forth about whether or not Gomamon's mega form was Veemon, which I think would make more sense because of Zurumon. Or I think the name is Plesiomon, which is, also makes sense for Gomamon in that sense. And I think Veemon would have made for a far more interesting mega form than what we got. It's like a water version of Metal Wolf Cloud, but not as cool and not as cool as a design. So, yeah. See.
Angewoman.
Oh, she didn't get her mega form either. Oh, Lord. Yo. So I did a grade the super for a Pokken tournament, and there was another character like that had an arrow or focuses on arrow attacks. And what they did with that arrow attack was significantly better than what we saw here. She just shoots her arrow. There's no other. It's not like a pinning arrow that leads to a bigger arrow, right? With like I don't know, a bigger bow. It's just like, nope. She just shoots the celestial arrow, and you get hit for damage. Cool. C. Interesting that they went with Examon instead of ImperialDramon or ImperialDramon. But that's a C as well. It's just a beam. They add a little flair to it, but it wasn't. It did what it did in the show, which wasn't much. The season 2 champion levels were admittedly pretty underwhelming, especially compared to their armored forms, in my opinion.
Stingmon!
I'm gonna get that one an A. The funny thing is, I think with WarGreymon into Stingmon in his Digivolution line by far is the coolest out of his forms. I know there's like the Dino Veemon, which is, if WarGreymon has more, I don't know, control in the DNA Digivolution than Veemon does. But I think Stingmon is just a cool design. It's like one of the coolest insect designs you could ever have. And I think they knew that and stuck to it and added a little razzle dazzle on the spiking strike. So I'm gonna get that one an A. Next up is Gilmon.
WarGrowlmon.
It's a WarGrowlmon, not Gallantmon. I'm gonna give that one a B plus. I wasn't expecting the beam to be that big. Interesting choice, also going with his ultimate instead of his mega. But yeah, I'm gonna give that one a B plus. B plus.
Digimon!
You're getting points just for the bike. Ooh, I was expecting a little more. Like I said, they get points because of the bike, so I'm gonna give it a B. It would have been nice if, like, at the last shot, it did like one of those like slow motion click clacks, and then you kind of see the blast through the chamber and then hit the opponent. But yeah, cool that he got his bike though.
Shoutmon!
This is the era of Digimon I kind of tuned out for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. 2 balls of fire? That's a D.
Shoutmon times 4!
Voltron looking Digimon. See? There wasn't much, a lot of build up for a lot of nothing.
Big fire blast! Omnimon!
Hey. So, I'm gonna have to give Omnimon Special a C. For a lot of the reasons why I gave WarGreymon an A. Like, I feel like with Omnimon, because the super moves are so iconic, there's really no way for you to get it wrong. Like you just kind of have to add a cinematic flair to what's already there because it's already cool. Having a WarGreymon head turn into a blade. I just don't think they did anything with that. It's like 2 slashes that ends in a dramatic slash uppercut. That's a C, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got our first A plus. Like the fact that they just get skewered like a kebab, and then puts the full force into electrocuting them on the lance. Yeah, that's an A plus. That's an A plus right there.
MegaKabuterimon!
So he did get a mega form. So like in a super explosive wave. Decent build up. Nice surprise that they went with this form for alternative for Tentamon. I'll get that one C plus. C plus.
Angewoman!
They gave Gomamon an alternative Digivolution where he turns into what looks like a Power Ranger Zord, and it's still not a better super. It's like another C, another C.
ImperialDramon Fighter Mode!
There we go. ImperialDramon is another character where as long as you get the gist of what he does, you can't go wrong. So like the Giga Cannon is like, fam, he pulls out a double. He has to hold it with both hands and fires off either a laser or what looks like a nuke. They understood the assignment. I'm gonna give that one an A.
Examon!
Gallantmon. I'm gonna give that one a C. I think Gallantmon was another one that should have been an easy layup, but kind of like Omnimon, they somehow under delivered. Just kind of felt like they could have been something with the lance first, and then the lance transitions into Shield of the Just. It's just like when you see these like multi setup ultimates here and there, it's like, why didn't you do that with some of these other iconic characters? Like you don't think that Gallantmon would have, whatever.
Shoutmon times 5B!
What is this? But see, that's what I mean by build up. Like that is a build up ultimate. I gotta get that one. I'll probably give it an A plus. Like I think the graphics of this game are not helping it whatsoever. But in terms of just like stacking an attack on an attack on attack, I'm like, yeah, you got him. He's data in the breeze at this point.
Shoutmon DX! Rock double cross!
Oh, that was it. Give that one a B. The cut into the double cut was kind of a cool ending. Honestly,
WarGreymon!
I can see why this fighting game ended up shelving the Digimon fighting games for a while. But to be fair to fans at that time, including myself, it's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, I understand this was a test the waters title, but you got it. For those who cared, who was raised in that era, such as myself, Digimon Rumble Arena was a sleepover classic at my house growing up with my friends. And I think you kind of have to do more than what feels like somewhat of a phoned in effort with most of these characters. Like an easy layup would have been to include all of the original 8 from the first season, the new kids, from the second season. You introduce the kids from season if you hit like the first, I don't know, 4 seasons of Digimon for what's supposed to be like a tribute, you'll win. You kind of win by, it's like the cheat code to some degree. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Hopefully, I mean, again, I think given what they pulled off with this latest Digimon game, obviously the passion, or people who are passionate about the property are back. So I would love to see Digimon Rumble Arena 3. But those are my thoughts. Did you guys agree with the grades? You think some should have been higher, some should have been lower? Let me know in the comments. As always, I appreciate y'all. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.